This is in response to Billy's Talking Points memo from Wednesday, July 29th, 2015. Hey, Republicans, do something. Now, I believe the House is ready to get the heck out of there today or tomorrow, today being Thursday, and the Senate is going to be in for next week for a few things. Billy wants the Senate to pass 3 separate standalone bills. These are his little pet peeves. Now, remember, do they really help America, or is this just sort of something to play the political, social issues game? The first one is on Planned Parenthood. The second one is on Kate's Law. And the third one is on sanctuary cities. And Billy goes on to talk about them all. I'll talk about them in just a second. But the main point is Billy's prediction or concern on all this is if the Republicans can't pass this, will they lose all credibility? And my point is, when you're at 8%, when the Republicans' brand name is way down, it's not 8%, I'm sorry. When it's way, way down like it is, I don't think anything can hurt their credibility. But let's go into each issue. Billy wants to defund Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood gets about $450 million from the government each year. Remember, that's not for abortions because the abortion money is completely separate from the government money. They do the books. They don't cook the books. This is how it is. So that money goes to help poor women. It helps them to go with cancer screenings, cervical cancer, pap smears, gynecological health, breast exams, etc. And here's one of the things that is going to make it difficult for that to pass the Senate. In 2016, I believe there's a lot more Republicans who are up for re-election. There's 33 or 34 each 2 years, and there's a lot more Republicans this term than Democrats, and many of those Republicans are in states that Obama won. I believe it's about 8. And the thing is, they're not stupid. They want to get reelected. They know that if they vote for something like this, that could greatly hurt their chances because it would automatically indicate that they are anti-woman or anti-women. So I believe of those 8 or 9, number one, if a man does it, he's going to get racked. And if a woman does it, it's really not good for her either. Now they might maneuver and try and put that funding into other areas that handle health issues, and they might call for a further and deeper investigation into this. Now we'll see what happens. I sort of think that it won't get through. The second one is on Kate's Law. Billy went in to a long tirade against Nancy Pelosi because Nancy Pelosi says, no, we're not in favor of Kate's Law, not because we don't grieve and understand how terrible this situation was, but if we had had comprehensive immigration reform, this type of thing wouldn't have had to have happened. And I would agree with her that the Senate passed comprehensive immigration reform. Obama gave the Republicans in the House a year to pass it. They never passed it. So you have to. So this is the way it is. And Kate's Law, I don't really know where that one is going to stand. And the last one is on sanctuary cities. Again, it's really not a priority of the Senate to do something like that. They know that even though the House has passed it, it would get vetoed by Obama, and that it probably would not override the veto. And the thing is, they're not getting anything done anyway. They don't want to waste their time on this little peddly stuff. Now remember, as I spent yesterday, they have coming up in September an FAA bill, a possible government shutdown, the Iran treaty deal, and then come October, I believe, the Export-Import Bank, and there's some other stuff that they got to get. They got to raise the debt ceiling. So there's a lot of stuff that they got to do. And and if it's not done in the fall, it's not going to done come springtime because that's start of the election season. So I personally do not think that any of this stuff is going to get through. And the thing that is about Billy thinking that these pet peeves of his, these ideas of his, are going to get through, they're going to become law, and it's going to prove that the Republicans aren't worth anything if they don't sign on to it, or if they don't enact it. again shows an incredible amount of just simplistic concepts and ideas about how things really work in Washington. We don't know what types of amendments might be added to these bills, that could really muck them up. So we'll see what happens. But again, the idea that the Republicans will do something about these, I would say minor affairs. The Planned Parenthood thing, again, they're going away for 6 weeks. So unless there's a drip, drip, drip of those videos coming out, and even though that company says that they have thousands of hours worth of it, remember that the state of California, where some of those were taken, are actually investigating them in terms of credit card fraud, forgery, and some other things. I have a feeling that there won't be that drip, drip of stuff against Planned Parenthood. But we'll see. It's all going to be coming up soon.